as you knew that old is gold, but these rare Jefferson Nickels coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them because it could make you a millionaire overnight. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're going to explore a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and history buffs alike, the 1964 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson Nickel. This unassuming little piece of history may seem like just another coin from the 20th century, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Let's start by talking about the context in which this coin was minted. The year 1964 was a pivotal one in American history. The country was still reeling from the aftermath of World War II, and the 1960s marked a time of profound change in the United States. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and the space race was on the horizon. Economically, the country was experiencing a period of growth, but it was also navigating challenges, including inflation and currency shifts. It was a time of transition, and the 1964 nickel embodies this moment in American history. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1964 5-cent coin. The obverse, or front of the coin, features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, who is remembered for his role in drafting the Declaration of Independence. The portrait, which was based on a painting by Rembrandt Peale, has become iconic, and Jefferson's image has graced the nickel since 1938. The design is simple but powerful, reflecting the dignity and wisdom of one of America's founding fathers. On the reverse side of the coin, we see an image of Jefferson's home, Monticello, located in Virginia. Monticello is not just a symbol of Jefferson's legacy, but also a reminder of the agrarian ideals that shaped early American life. The building itself is a masterpiece of architecture, designed by Jefferson himself, and its inclusion on the coin reflects the strong connection between Jefferson's life, his ideals, and the nation's identity. Now, let's dive into the specifics of the 1964 nickel's minting process. The 1964 5-cent coin was produced at 3 different mints, the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. These coins were made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which was the standard for nickels at the time. However, what makes the 1964 coin stand out is the relatively high number of coins that were struck, which means that they were widely circulated in daily transactions across the United States. Despite this, finding one in excellent condition today is becoming increasingly rare, especially those that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition. The mintage figures for the 1964 nickel are relatively high compared to some other years, but the value of these coins depends heavily on their condition. Coins that have been heavily circulated will show signs of wear, with faded details and scratches that can significantly reduce their value. However, coins that have been kept in excellent condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, are highly sought after by collectors. When we talk about the collector appeal of the 1964 5-cent coin, it's important to note that the Jefferson Nickel series, in general, has always been popular among numismatists. The coin's design is timeless, and its historical significance has made it a desirable piece for those interested in American history. The 1964 nickel is particularly appealing to those who are looking to complete a collection of coins from the mid-20th century, as it represents a key year in the evolution of U.S. currency. But what really makes the 1964 nickel special in the eyes of collectors is its rarity in high-grade condition. As we mentioned earlier, the majority of these coins were circulated, so most examples are worn down and lack the sharp details that collectors crave. Coins that are well preserved, particularly those with a full strike and little to no wear, can command premium prices at auctions or through private sales. And if the coin has been graded by a professional service and received a high grade, its value can increase even further. In addition to high-quality coins, there are also certain variations of the 1964 nickel that can increase its value. For instance, some coins may exhibit minting errors, such as double die errors or off-center strikes. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they make each coin unique. If you happen to find a 1964 nickel with a minting error, it could be worth much more than its face value. One of the most sought-after varieties is the 1964 Jefferson Nickel with a 1964 D mint mark. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint, and these coins are particularly valued because of the sheer number of them that were struck in that year. Although many of these coins were produced, finding one in excellent condition with minimal wear is still a rare occurrence, which is why collectors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved specimens. But here's the big question: what is the current value of a 1964 5-cent coin? Well, if you happen to have a 1964 nickel in uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error, you could be in for a pleasant surprise. A coin in perfect, uncirculated condition could fetch a price of around $59,000. That's right, $59,000 for a single 1964 Jefferson nickel. Of course, the value depends on the condition and rarity of the coin, but a high-grade specimen or one with a minting error could be worth a small fortune. If you think you might have a rare 1964 nickel in your collection, it's definitely worth taking the time to have it professionally graded and appraised. You never know when you might have stumbled upon a hidden gem that could be worth thousands of dollars. So, check your coin jars, your old change, and any other places where you might have tucked away a 1964 nickel. It could be the start of an exciting new journey into the world of rare coins and valuable treasures. Top 2, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. currency, focusing on a coin that may not seem particularly rare at first glance but has proven to be a hidden treasure for collectors, the United States 5-cent coin from 1988. This small yet powerful coin, often overlooked, has a rich history, striking design, and a growing collector appeal. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed by the value of this seemingly ordinary coin. To understand the significance of the 1988 5-cent coin, let's take a step back and consider the world in which it was minted. The late 1980s were a time of economic transformation in the United States. President Ronald Reagan was in office, and the country was experiencing a period of economic growth following the challenges of the previous decade. The Cold War was nearing its end, and the world was on the cusp of monumental change. This period marked the tail end of the baby boomer generation's influence on American society, while the rise of the Gen X cohort brought new cultural and technological shifts. Amidst this backdrop, the U.S. Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins in 1988, continuing the long-standing tradition of the Jefferson Nickel series. While the design on the coin hadn't changed for decades, the 1988 edition represents a snapshot of American life during an era of significant change. The design of the 1988 nickel stays true to the classic imagery of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. Jefferson has been featured on the nickel since 1938, and his iconic portrait continues to grace the obverse of the coin in 1988. The portrait was based on a famous painting by Rembrandt Peale, and it conveys the dignity and wisdom of one of the most important figures in American history. Despite the many changes in the world over the years, Jefferson's image remains a steadfast symbol of the founding ideals of the nation. Flipping the coin over, we find the reverse side, which features an image of Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia. Monticello isn't just a building, it's a symbol of Jefferson's legacy and his vision of an agrarian society. The architecture of Monticello was designed by Jefferson himself, and the building has become a national treasure, a representation of America's roots and ideals. The reverse design of the 1988 nickel remains unchanged from the original, giving the coin a timeless quality that continues to resonate with collectors and history lovers. Now, let's take a closer look at the specifics of the 1988 nickel's minting process. In 1988, the United States Mint produced these coins at 3 different locations: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. The 1988 5-cent coin, like other nickels of the era, was made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This combination gives the coin its distinctive color and durability, making it resistant to wear and tear. While millions of these coins were produced in 1988, the true value of the coin depends on several factors, particularly its condition. Coins that were heavily circulated tend to show signs of wear, such as scratches, faded details, and discoloration. However, coins that have been carefully preserved, whether stored in coin collections or kept in mint condition, are far rarer and therefore more valuable. The 1988 nickel is no different from other coins in that regard. A coin that has been well preserved is much more appealing to collectors. Finding one in uncirculated condition is an exciting discovery, as most of these coins were circulated and worn down over time. For collectors, the allure of finding a 1988 nickel in pristine condition is substantial. A coin that has been kept free from damage, discoloration, and scratches can fetch a higher price on the market than in addition to high-quality coins, certain variations or minting errors can make a 1988 nickel particularly valuable. For example, there have been reports of coins with slight design variations, such as double die errors or off-center strikes, that have drawn the attention of collectors. These errors are highly prized because they make each coin unique and give collectors a piece of history that can never be replicated. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1988 nickel is its collector appeal. While it may not have the same cachet as some of the rarer coins in the U.S. mint's history, it still holds a special place in the hearts of many numismatists. The Jefferson Nickel series has always been a favorite among collectors due to its timeless design and the historical significance of Jefferson himself. The 1988 version is particularly attractive because it marks a moment in time when the United States was undergoing significant cultural and political shifts. For many collectors, owning a piece of that history, no matter how seemingly small, is an exciting prospect. As with any coin, the value of the 1988 nickel can vary significantly depending on its condition and any unique features it may possess. Coins that are heavily worn or damaged will likely be worth only their face value of 5 cents. However, if you happen to find a 1988 nickel in perfect, uncirculated condition, or one that features a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth much more. And now, for the big reveal, what's the value of the 1988 5-cent coin today? If you've got a pristine, uncirculated 1988 nickel in your collection, or perhaps a coin with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $46,000. Yes, $46,000 for a single 5-cent coin. The value of these coins can fluctuate depending on their condition and rarity, but one in excellent shape can fetch a significant amount, especially at auction or through private sales. If you think you might have a valuable 1988 nickel hidden in your collection, it's worth having it appraised by a professional. Who knows? You may have just found the key to a treasure trove of rare and valuable coins. Don't forget to check those old coin jars, your change collection, or even the back of your drawers. You never know when a coin worth a small fortune might turn up. Top 3, we're diving into the world of U.S. currency to explore a coin that has both historical significance and an intriguing value for collectors, the 1974 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, this coin might seem like a simple piece of American history, but trust me, it's got a lot more to offer than meets the eye. In this video, we'll take you through the fascinating history of the 1974 nickel, examine its design, and uncover the key factors that make it so appealing to collectors. And, of course, stick around until the end, where we'll reveal just how much this humble 5-cent coin could be worth today. The 1974 5-cent coin was minted during a period of major change in the United States. It was a time when the country was recovering from the aftermath of the Vietnam War and the turbulence of the 1960s. The early 1970s marked a transition into a new phase for the nation, economically, politically, and socially. It was a time of rising inflation and energy crises, and the political climate was still feeling the effects of the Watergate scandal, which rocked the nation's trust in its leadership. But despite the political and economic challenges, the mint continued its work, producing millions of coins, including the 1974 Jefferson Nickel, which became part of the national circulation. The design of the 1974 nickel is nearly identical to the previous years, as the Jefferson Nickel had remained largely unchanged since its debut in 1938. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. His image, as captured by artist Felix Schlag, has become iconic. The portrait was based on a painting by Rembrandt Peale, and it reflects Jefferson's dignified personality, as well as his role as one of the founding fathers of the nation. The 1974 design, though familiar, still serves as a reminder of Jefferson's lasting influence on the country's development. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the image of Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia. Monticello is not only a symbol of Jefferson's architectural genius, but also a representation of the agrarian ideals that shaped early American life. The building itself was designed by Jefferson and became one of the most important landmarks in American history. The reverse side of the 1974 nickel honors Jefferson's legacy and ties together his vision of a strong, independent America with the architectural beauty that he valued so highly. While the design had remained constant since 1938, it held deep meaning for Americans, embodying the nation's founding principles and Jefferson's personal philosophy. Now, let's look at the minting details of the 1974 5-cent coin. The U.S. Mint produced these coins in large quantities at 3 different minting facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. As with many coins of this era, the 1974 nickel was struck in a copper-nickel alloy, with 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gave the coin its distinctive color and durability. The Mint produced millions of these coins in 1974, and while they were designed to circulate as everyday currency, it's important to remember that most of the coins that went into circulation were worn down through use, leaving only a small percentage of the original mintage in pristine condition. The high mintage numbers of the 1974 nickel are part of the reason why most examples today are worth only their face value. These coins were produced in such vast quantities that finding one in uncirculated or near mint condition is relatively rare. Most of the 1974 nickels that are in circulation today show signs of wear and have lost some of their detail due to years of handling. But that doesn't mean the 1974 nickel is devoid of value. It's all about condition. A coin that has been well preserved, with little wear and sharp details, can be worth much more than its face value. The real appeal of the 1974 nickel to collectors lies in its condition and rarity. A coin that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition is a true find for collectors, and these coins can fetch a premium price. But it's not just the condition that matters. Certain features, such as minting errors or unique variations, can also increase the coin's value. Some 1974 nickels were struck with minor minting flaws, such as double dies or off-center strikes, which make them even more appealing to collectors. These error coins are rare and are highly sought after because they represent one-of-a-kind pieces of history that as collectors know. The value of a coin isn't determined by its age alone, it's about rarity, condition, and demand. In the case of the 1974 5-cent coin, while millions of these coins were produced, only a small fraction of them have survived in excellent condition. Over time, the number of well-preserved 1974 nickels has dwindled, which only increases their appeal to collectors. Coins that have been graded by professional services, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are highly sought after, especially if they are rated as being in MS-65 or higher condition. But here's the exciting part. The value of the 1974 5-cent coin can skyrocket when you have a specimen that is in excellent condition or has a rare minting error. In some cases, the value of a single 1974 nickel can reach a staggering $56,000. That's right, $56,000 for a 5-cent coin. Of course, the actual value depends on the coin's grade, condition, and any unique characteristics it may have, but a high-quality, error-free 1974 nickel could be worth a small fortune. So, if you happen to have a 1974 nickel in your collection, take a moment to inspect it carefully. Look for signs of wear, but also keep an eye out for any unique features or minting errors that could make your coin a valuable collector's item. If you believe your coin may be rare or in exceptional condition, it might be worth having it appraised by a professional to determine its value. Coin collecting is a thrilling hobby, and you never know when you might come across a hidden treasure in your collection. Whether you've been collecting coins for years or are just starting out, the 1974 Jefferson Nickel is one to keep an eye on. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of Jefferson's legacy, and a coin that could potentially be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Top 4. We're traveling back in time to uncover the fascinating story of the United States 5-cent coin from 1973, a seemingly ordinary piece of American currency with hidden treasures beneath its surface. This coin has stood the test of time and carries with it a history that reflects an era of transition, resilience, and innovation in the United States. What may look like just another Jefferson nickel in your pocket could, in fact, be a highly valuable gem. By the end of this video, we'll reveal the jaw-dropping potential value of this coin, so make sure to stick around and discover how this humble nickel became a sought-after treasure. The 1970s were a period of significant change in the United States. As the nation grappled with political upheaval and economic challenges, the resilience of its people and institutions was evident in every aspect of life, including its currency. The 1973 Jefferson nickel was minted during a time of rising inflation and global uncertainty. The United States was in the midst of the Vietnam War, which had placed considerable strain on the nation's resources. The Watergate scandal was making headlines, shaking the foundations of trust in government. At the same time, the country was also on the brink of technological advances that would shape its future. Despite the challenges, the U.S. Mint continued its mission of producing reliable and durable currency, including the Jefferson nickel, which remained a cornerstone of American commerce. The design of the 1973 Jefferson nickel is steeped in tradition, with a timeless elegance that has captivated collectors for decades. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This image, created by sculptor Felix Schlag, has been a fixture on the 5-cent coin since 1938. Jefferson's calm and composed expression reflects the ideals of wisdom, leadership, and progress that he embodied as one of the founding fathers. His image is a reminder of the enduring values that have shaped the United States and its people. Turning the coin over, the reverse side features a detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's beloved plantation home in Virginia. Monticello is more than just a building, it's a symbol of Jefferson's legacy as an architect, philosopher, and statesman. The intricate design of Monticello on the coin captures its neoclassical beauty, with its iconic dome and symmetrical layout. For collectors, this design is a visual connection to Jefferson's vision of a self-reliant and educated society. The 1973 Jefferson nickel remains a tribute to his contributions to American history and culture. The minting process of the 1973 nickel is a story of precision and craftsmanship. That year, the U.S. Mint produced these coins at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left its distinct mark on the coins, with the Philadelphia Mint striking coins without a mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco mints added a small D or S respectively. The composition of the 1973 nickel is the same as in previous years, a durable alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This combination gives the coin its unique color and resistance to wear, ensuring its longevity in circulation. While the mintage numbers for 1973 were substantial, with millions of nickels produced, the true value of these coins lies in their condition and rarity. Coins that were used in everyday transactions inevitably show signs of wear, such as scratches, fading, and loss of detail. However, a 1973 nickel that has been preserved in pristine condition is a rare find and can be worth significantly more than its face value. Collectors prize coins in mint state condition, as they retain the sharp details and luster that make them stand out as exceptional examples of craftsmanship. Beyond condition, certain 1973 nickels hold even greater value due to unique minting errors or variations. These errors could include double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes, all of which occurred during the minting process. Such errors are highly sought after by collectors because they make the coin one of a kind. If you're lucky enough to discover a 1973 nickel with one of these rare features, its value could be far higher than a standard issue coin. For numismatists and hobbyists alike, the 1973 Jefferson nickel represents an opportunity to own a piece of American history. The Jefferson Nickel series has always been a favorite among collectors, not only for its design but also for its connection to one of the most influential figures in U.S. history. The 1973 edition holds a special place in the hearts of many, as it captures the spirit of resilience and progress during a challenging period in the nation's story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the world of coin collecting, the 1973 nickel is a piece worth exploring. Now comes the moment you've been waiting for. What is the potential value of a 1973 United States 5-cent coin? If you happen to have a Jefferson nickel from this year in uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $58,000. Yes, $58,000 for a single 5-cent coin. The value of these coins depends on their condition, rarity, and appeal to collectors, but a well-preserved or error-filled 1973 nickel can be a true treasure. So, if you have a collection of old coins or stumble upon a 1973 nickel in your change jar, take a closer look. Check its condition and keep an eye out for any unique features or minting errors. You never know, you might just have a valuable piece of history in your hands. If you think your coin is special, consider having it graded by a professional service to determine its true value. Top 5 and last rare coin, we're uncovering the story of the 1985 United States 5-cent coin, better known as the Jefferson Nickel. While it might look like an ordinary piece of change to some, this coin carries a story of historical significance and hidden value that has collectors buzzing with excitement. By the time we're done, you'll understand why this little piece of American history could be worth much more than you'd ever expect. So, stay tuned, because at the end of this video, we'll reveal the incredible value this coin could hold today. The year 1985 was a time of transformation and growth in the United States. The country was in the middle of a technological boom, the Cold War was still ongoing, and the economy was showing steady growth under the Reagan administration. This era was marked by optimism and progress, yet it was also a time of challenges and changes. Amid this backdrop, the U.S. Mint continued its role of producing the coins that kept the economy flowing, including the Jefferson Nickel, which had been a mainstay in American currency since its introduction in 1938. The 1985 Jefferson Nickel is a reflection of the resilience and spirit of this time, making it a fascinating piece of history. The design of the 1985 nickel remained consistent with the classic imagery that had graced the coin for decades. On the obverse, we see the dignified profile of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third President of the United States. This portrait, created by Felix Schlag, captures Jefferson's thoughtful and determined expression, reminding us of his role in shaping the nation's identity. His vision, leadership, and dedication to liberty are encapsulated in this timeless design, which has become one of the most recognized in U.S. coinage. On the reverse side of the coin, the image of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic plantation home, takes center stage. Monticello represents Jefferson's legacy as a thinker, architect, and statesman. Its neoclassical design is beautifully captured on the coin, with precise details that reflect the elegance and balance of Jefferson's work. For collectors, the Monticello design is a reminder of Jefferson's contributions not only to the physical and intellectual fabric of the nation but also to the artistic and cultural heritage of the United States. The 1985 Jefferson Nickel was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins from Philadelphia and Denver were intended for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint focused on proof coins, which are specially made for collectors. These proof coins are struck with greater care, using polished dies and planchets, resulting in coins with a mirror-like finish and sharp details. While the regular 1985 nickels were produced in large quantities, proof coins were minted in much smaller numbers, making them highly desirable among collectors. The composition of the 1985 nickel remained the same as it had been for decades, a durable alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This combination gave the coin its distinct silver hue and resistance to wear, ensuring that it could withstand the rigors of everyday use. Despite the high mintage numbers, most of the 1985 nickels that entered circulation show signs of wear, including scratches, fading, and loss of detail. This makes finding a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition a rare and exciting discovery. What makes the 1985 Jefferson Nickel particularly special is the potential for unique minting errors. Minting errors are rare occurrences during the production process that result in coins with unusual features, such as double dies, misaligned strikes, or off-center images. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they make each coin one of a kind. If you happen to find a 1985 nickel with a minting error, its value could far exceed that of a standard coin, making it a prized addition to any collection. The appeal of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel goes beyond its design and historical significance. For collectors, this coin represents an opportunity to own a piece of American history that has withstood the test of time. The Jefferson Nickel series has always been popular among numismatists, and the 1985 edition is no exception. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, the 1985 nickel is a fascinating coin to study and acquire. Now comes the moment you've been waiting for, the potential value of a 1985 United States 5-cent coin. If you're lucky enough to have a 1985 Jefferson Nickel in uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an astonishing $43,000. That's right, $43,000 for a coin that originally carried a face value of just 5 cents. Its value depends on its condition, rarity, and appeal to collectors, but with the right combination of factors, this coin could turn out to be a true treasure. So, if you've got a collection of old coins or happen to come across a 1985 nickel, take a closer look. Examine its condition and keep an eye out for any unique features or minting errors that could set it apart. You might just have a valuable piece of history in your hands. If you think your coin is something special, consider having it graded by a professional service to unlock its full potential value. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the story of the 1985 Jefferson Nickel. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. There's an entire world of coins waiting to be explored, and we're here to guide you through it. Happy collecting!